People say they are the backbone of the Nigerian economy as they contribute 45% to the country's GDP. But their rising costs of goods and services, all these squeeze profit margins and gains of these SMEs. As technology advances and digital transformation accelerates globally, Nigerian SMEs must adapt to remain competitive. And with the right funding, this could lead to a surge in entrepreneurship and job creation. Joining us now via Zoom from the United States is productivity expert Remi Dairo. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Dairo. We also have in the studio here in Lagos, business productivity coach Abidemi Adeyemo, and together they'll share insights on how to boost operations of small business owners in Nigeria. We thank you very much, Mrs. Adeyemo and Mr. Dairo. Let's begin from the studio. So when you talk about, the average business owner, the small business owner, and, the capacity to navigate biggest challenges, how do you see it as, an expert?
Thank you. First of all, I want us to know that small business people, they are the backbone of Nigeria or any healthy economy. I would like to correct you. Instead of 45%, we hold 48% of the GDP of the national economy.
Not even 45.
Not 45, 48, because we have them scattered all around, both in the rural area and the urban area. There is nowhere you will go to, you will find them there. So they help in creating innovations, they help in creating jobs, unemployment. At least all those are undergraduates. Most of the businesses, they are the ones that are employing them now. Look at these logistic companies now. They have all those dispatch riders, and what are we? So there is nothing we can do to overlook small business owners in Nigeria.
But when you look at the challenges, how they brave these challenges, and the profit they make, is it really worth it?
It is. At least they have something to do instead of being jobless. They have something to do. We just need the government to come to our aid. We need government support.
In which particular area?
In bringing loan, soft loan. Because all these banks, if you want to go to them for loans, their interest is killing. So most times, most small business owners don't want to go to them. So if government can produce this scheme for us, grants, soft loans, that if we want to pay, the interest will be very minute. It won't affect our business. So we'll be able to employ more hands, more undergraduates that can even come in and work with us. So in turns, we'll have a lot of turnovers. Our inputs will be very, very good. We'll be able to supply. We can even have different branches if the interest is not too much for us to work with.
All right, so let's go to Mr. Dairo. In terms of, the ability of the Nigerian SME to, actually thrive, it's even good that you are located at a place that we could actually compare the economic situation side by side. But in terms of the ability to survive, can the average Nigerian SME stand, side by side with SMEs in other nations?
All right, so I'm from Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian. I'm always in Nigeria. So I'm just here for some assignment, and then definitely I'm going to come back home. So an average Nigerian, what I've seen, I've been to the UK, I've been to Canada, I've been to the US, I've been to UAE. I've traveled around some parts of the world, and I see that an average Nigerian has capacity. We have so much. An average SME in Nigeria has so much capacity. But you know what? Three things. KSA. And it is not King Sunny Ade. It is knowledge, skill, and attitude. That changed the whole story. So there's a level of knowledge you need to have to play in today's, economy, sphere of economy. And one of the knowledge is understanding your industry beyond the local to the global space.
Yes.
So many of our people always have that, oh, I'm solving the problem, I'm trying hard, I'm making money within my scope. No, you are competing with other guys who are doing the same thing in China, the same thing in Japan, the same thing in the US or Canada or UK. But you see, if you don't know, you don't know. Number two, let me quickly go. Skills. Some of our, small business, owners have a small skill. They just think, oh, I see a need, I get a product, I'm selling, then I'm in business. No, there are skills to learn. There are negotiation skills. There are product development skills. There are marketing and sales skills, collaboration skills. Source, how do you source for fund? How do you get customer acquisition and retention? How do you use internet? Internet using is a skill. How do you scale your business beyond your local setting? How do you scale your business beyond your room or beyond your area? So these are skills that are lacking. Then the A is attitude. Sometimes our attitude to customer is, are you not just coming to come? They're going to come. Attitude to product, attitude to money, attitude to business, attitude to growth. Some of these things can be a big problem because they will think that they are in business, yet they are not in business. So the KSA is my go-to in discussing this in the global space. Thank you.
Right. Still with you, Mr. Dyer. I also want to take you up on what your co-analyst said here, how the funding gap also needs to be addressed in Nigeria. Do you see that as a problem from where you are, or how would you, assess this issue of funding gap for Nigerian businesses?
So I was in Abuja one time, and then a particular government, not this government, it was sponsoring. And they are funding some SME, right? And then in that conference, people were using the money for something else. People were using the product. They were giving seed product. They were giving corn. They were giving. People were selling it. They were turning this thing around. So sometimes it is not just pushing out money, and that's the mistake government do. Doing out money, pushing out money, and say, oh, we are trying to reduce the unemployment or reduce the poverty rate, and then we are pushing money out, pushing it will not work that way. Number one, there must be training before the money gets to the hands of. If money gets to the hand of an untrained person, he will not use the money rightly. So there's need for that. Number two, there's need for support system. Before you give out the fund, are they supported? Is there a supporting monitoring system? If not, the money will just go somewhere. Then number three is the funding to do what? We have to fund new ideas, fund foundation, get foundation to fund new ideas, fund new concept, fund new market. These are the things that we need to fund. And because the banks are not wise, they think that when they give money to SMEs, the money is lost. So they would rather want to, keep their money and give it to big corporations who can hold their money for so long and they don't mind. Whereas the lifeline of any country is the entrepreneur, is the small business owners, right? Which Nigeria has that large number, right? So in that kind of case, government and the banks must come to a level where when giving out money, it must be in the right hands, trained hand, and monitor hands that can deliver value, especially ideas that can go global. So that we are not just funding things that are, funding, how do I'm in a farming system and I'm using hoe and cutlass. So they are funding my cutlass. Or they are funding my they are funding typewriter. They are buying typewriter for me. Or they are buying shovel for me. That is a waste of money. We must also know what is the trend globally. Where do we need to put money to give the economy a quantum leap so that it will not remain on the same level. Let me keep quiet so that I can also share.
All right. Thank you for that. So we'll quickly get back to the studio, back to Abidebi. In terms of, recent government policies, we could just start from this government and how it has really affected, SMEs in the country. Would you say it has really, had a positive effect in the long run? In recent times, we've had a lot of policies that so many persons are saying may not, totally be favorable.
So it has really affected small SMEs. Most of them are even closing down their businesses now. Some can't afford to get materials. Some can't even afford to pay their staffs. This increase in tariff, our electricity is really affecting small businesses that works with. A lot of them use electricity. So this tariff has really affected them so much. Some people have shut down their businesses. Some have laid off their staffs. So we don't know. Government needs to come to our aid. It's really affecting businesses.
All right, we will continue our conversation. Let's quickly take a break and we'll return with more. Stay with us.
New Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. No need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish and energize your kids.
Milo! We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy too. No cubes. That's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic. And enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you and more delicious too. That's the cocoa. Let's give it some accolades. Change your world by changing what's on your plate.
Thank you very much for joining us again on TVC Breakfast. So we've been speaking with Remi Dairo and Abidemi Adeyemo about SME productivity in Nigeria. And let me quickly come back to the studio before we take up Remi Dairo further. And he spoke about technology, how leveraging on this skill can, help Nigerian business owners, especially those on the small scale. And you've spoken about the challenges that, you are currently facing as you represent entrepreneurs in Nigeria. How much are small-scale businesses taking advantage of technology from your observation?
It's a good thing. We can do that, but most of them cannot afford a lot of the equipment they have down there in the U.S., Right now, even if a company have it, they need to train their workers before they can operate the infrastructures. So it's also a challenge, but if we can get it, it will be a very good opportunity for us. It will help us in improving the business, whatever business we are into. But we need, like I said, government needs to maybe create a center for us. They can train us on some of these equipment so that we'll be able to apply it into our businesses so that we'll be able to have a lot of inputs and it will boost our productivity.
Yeah, because we're seeing so many, business owners, even those just starting out, going to social media to advertise. Many of them will even say they don't have the standard shops now. They operate online, with their phones online. Is this something that you feel can, spread across the country?
Yes, it is. It is. They can go online. They can advertise. A lot of them, even some people, they will just be in their room and they sell a lot of things in their room. Once they have a dispatch rider, they just come and deliver it to anywhere. They can deliver anywhere. But right now, even the dispatch rider, they are complaining because of the fuel. So, let's assuming you want to buy something of 500 naira, the dispatch rider is telling you that he wants to collect 5,000 naira to go and deliver it. It does not worth it. So most people will now think, okay, I'm no more interested. How can I pay 5,000 naira for delivery when what I'm buying is not even half of the delivery money? So it is affecting us seriously.
All right, to you, Dairo, I think I need to push this question to you as regards, does everyone really need to own a business? Because I think there is a culture where everyone wants to be a CEO, wants to be the owner, a private entity. So many persons are pushing the narrative that A 9 to 5 may not really get you what you want in life at this time. But in terms of how that has, shaping the culture of SMEs in Nigeria, what would you say?
Okay, back to me, right?
Yeah.
All right. So back to my KSA, and it is not King Sunny Ade. Let me say again, it is not King Sunny Ade. It's knowledge, skill, and attitude. So for the path of entrepreneurship, there is a lifestyle you need to have to become an entrepreneur. There's a level of knowledge, skill, and attitude you need to have, okay? But for also the path of professional path of career path, there's also a lifestyle that you need to have. So if you are wired in your knowledge and the skill that you have, and you have right attitude in the workplace, and you don't know how to manage things there, you can't just jump into business, because business is a different word entirely, right? But what I say is, some are entrepreneur and some will be entrepreneur. That is, within the organization, you are managing accounts, you are managing people, you are managing, just like you are there now, right? You might not be buying or selling, but you know what? You are managing that guests that comes around. You are having human relation. You are in control. You are taking charge. What you are doing there is an attribute of entrepreneurship, but you are bringing it to the organization. So there is no rule or law that says everybody should be or will not be. But just check yourself, know your personality, know what you have, and then your vision also determines how far you can go. So if you know that you want to be in business, you might and you are already working somewhere in the office, you might need to start taking working for someone for free, or volunteering in a business by the side. So probably when you are out of work, when you're out of your normal career profession, you go and just have some experience out there before you step in. Even a Dangote started somewhere before it became Dangote, right? So what I'm trying to say here is, it is not a compulsion, because many people are in entrepreneurship. They are not supposed to be there. They are not supposed to be in business. They are not supposed to be. Many CEOs are supposed to go back to school and just get a job. And some people, and I want to warn people, some people who are unemployed today, the answer to unemployment is not just starting business, because they will cause more trouble in the marketplace. The answer to unemployment is skill. Skill can be used for business, can also be used in the professional path, right? So you can now decide, what skill do I need to gather? And I tell people, even if you are in your business, don't try to as much to improve the business. Improve yourself. As you improve yourself, the business will naturally improve. Why? Because people don't buy business, people don't buy product, they buy you. People don't buy things, they buy you, the owner of the business. So what I'm trying to say is, everybody will not be a CEO, but everybody will know how to learn a skill, have knowledge, and have right attitude, right mindset to life, and they can go wherever they want to go in life. And then someone will say, "Oh, the richest people on earth, they are the people that they are the people that have business." No, there are people who are working, who are making millions of dollars, working as a staff of organization. I don't want to mention any brand here, right, yes, who are richer than many business people who are just trying to struggle on their own. So if you know you are not born for business, go and get a job and get yourself together.
But talking specifically, what skills are we talking about? Are we referring to soft skills now? Because we keep seeing messages like, these are the skills in demand. Whether you're a business owner or you are working under someone, these are skills that you need to have. Is that what you're referring to? Are we speaking specifics now, the skills specific to my interests?
Yes. So depending on what you are doing, because these soft skills are hard skills, are open. But you must first say, where am I going to? It will now determine what you will need. It's like you want to go for an occasion on Saturday, and you're saying, what will I wear? What color will I put together? Then your tailor will now begin to say, bring this one, bring this color, put it together to have a beautiful future, right? So for those who are, because we are focused on entrepreneur today, I don't want to go to the business, to the career profession path. For those who are in business, those who are SMEs, number one skill you need to have is product development and branding. How do I develop, how do I move from idea to the market. It's a skill. You can't just say, oh, I have a product. I'm going to say, no. How? There's a how to generate ideas that will sell globally. There's a way to brand it, brand the product for the people that will buy, okay? There's a skill called the marketing and sales skill. These skills are soft skills, but they are also hard skills because as you are doing it, you are meeting people, you are connecting with people, and you are using these people, and you are using this skill like this. Number 3 is collaboration skill. How do you collaborate? It's a skill. You can't just go to the market. Let's say, oh, there's market. You can't just do, that will distinguish you from other people who don't know how to do it. Number 4 is how do you source for funding? How do you there are money everywhere. The money flying everywhere, but the question, you don't even know how to source. There are angels investors. Do you even know the money that is waiting for your organization or for your kind of business? People don't know. How do you acquire customer acquisition and retention? How do you even generate customer online? How do I turn my prospect to to customer? How do I turn my Facebook followers to customer, to paying customers? How do I move them from prospect to clients? These are skills, right? How do I manage money? Money management is a skill. People management is a skill. How do I, for Nigeria now, for those who are in Nigeria, every day they're surprised. There's this a strike going on. Oh, there's fuel crisis and all that. What you need to do is what they call shock or surprise management, and I call it. So when I say shock management is how do you manage the shock in your business? And it's called a kind of thing that when things happen, how do you manage it? And then negotiation skills. So these are 10 skills for an SME who want to succeed in any part of the world, irrespective of Nigeria, economy, or anywhere. If you have these skills, you will go global. Thank you.
Back to the studio, actually. You mentioned so many things. I'm very interested in how many of those skills you have and how many of those skills you believe the average SME in Nigeria generally also has. And in terms of networking, what role would you say that, plays in helping your business move forward?
Thank you. Like what you said, human relation. As a business owner, you have to know how to interact with your customer. You have to know how to patronize them. Even if they don't want to buy what you are selling, there is a way you can convince them. Oh, this is good. It suits you. It suits your color. If it's weak, oh, let me put it on you. There is a way you can patronize them. They call it strategy. You have to have business strategy. Then another thing, packaging. The way you package your products is another thing. It will entice your customer. If a delivery guy wants to come and deliver for you, some people, they will just take ordinary nylon. Maybe it's a cloth or shoe they buy, they just drop it. But you have to have your own brand. Brand your nylon. There should be something that your customers are really looking out for. This one is bringing something for me. You have to have human relation, packaging, the way you deal with people. Then your staffs is a very important thing. The way we interact with our staffs, because they are the life wire of our business. If we are not close with them, if we don't give them free hand, let them advise us. Some business owners, the managers, they don't listen to advice of their employees. They will just say, it's my business, I know what I'm doing. But you have to listen to them. It will really help us in our business if we can give them free hand. It's not as if we should just, you understand what I'm saying, but at least we should be able to interact with them. We can even, sometimes we can seek advice from them. We have board meetings. We should have team bonding. Maybe once in a while, me and my PA or any other, let's go out for like weekend. From there, while we are enjoying ourselves, there are a lot of things they will tell me that will help my business. So things like that, we should not be too rigid as a business owner.
Of course, everybody's following the money, but then there's also the leg of her question that has to do with the role of networking. Yeah. How well do you leverage on that, or can businesses leverage on that?
Yes, it's something we should work on too. Networking. It's your product that will sell you, like I always say. Whatever you do, if you are good in it, even if I don't make adverts, my product will sell me. That's what I'm saying. If you are good in whatever you are doing, your product will sell you. Networking is a very good thing. Yes, I agree to that.
Right. All right. Okay, let's quickly come over to Remi Dairo. Time is not on our side, but Abidemi here was speaking about the environment under which the entrepreneur in Nigeria is presently working under. But in terms of futuristic now, and with what we have on ground in Nigeria, which I'm sure you're monitoring, what do you think the future would be like, or what would you like to see in the future for the African or the Nigerian business owner to thrive?
All right, so quickly, I will just mention a few things, and then let me touch on networking that Abidemi talked about, which I appreciate for mentioning that. For you to have an effective network, there must be value on the table. Don't go to a network meeting and say, what can I get from this network? No. There must be value from here, then value from there, then network can make sense. But network meeting that's just for what can I pick? What can I get there? What can I get? How can I get? How can I get number? Can I have your card? Can I have your number? No, you can't have my card. You can't have my number. What value are you dropping here? So value is key. Value is the bottom line for effective networking. Okay, for Nigerians, I understand what's going on now. The fuel scarcity, a lot of challenges, light, internet, and I mean. Bad roads and all that. I mean, these challenges are there. It has been there. It's there now. What shall we do? We have to move forward. Now, let me congratulate an average business person in Nigeria. If you can afford to buy data, you are free. If you can afford to buy data, you can change your life by learning skills through the data online. What am I lacking? So there's something called skills gap. What are the skills gap I'm lacking to be able to play in the global game? Beyond where you are staying, Yanokwaja, Agege, Lekki, Ekpe, whatever you are, that product you are selling, how can it be bought in Japan, in America? Yes. And let me be very frank with you. Do you know how much dollar we spend to import momo here? Yam, gala, I mean, things biscuit, things that you think that doesn't make sense. Nigeria, Americans, Africans here are seeking for it, and they pay money for those who are smart enough in Nigeria to export it down here. Of course, I understand, the exporting thing, but the question, you don't know. What you don't know, you don't know. So the thing we need to do is, what do I need to know at this point in time that as I'm not having physical activity jumping around because there's no fuel, can I sit down and buy data and then sit down and learn skill, ask questions, search out, and launch out a business that is beyond the border? You must begin to think your business beyond the border. Number two, you must have what is called Internet of Things. Whatever thing you are doing, connect internet to it by having a website, a blog, Instagram, a Facebook page, anything that can make somebody who is not in your country to connect with you.
And the third, quickly, we have a few seconds left. Okay.
And the third is the mindset. The mindset, how do you think about your business? So don't think your business is small. You might start small, but have a global mindset. Thank you. We
thank you very much, Remi Dairo, as well as Abidemi Adeyemo. Thanks to you both for your business productivity insights. We truly appreciate.